Hi everyone and welcome. It's Lonnie from Grace Blossoms for You, and today's verse is on wisdom. I decided that when I saw this cute little owl that I want to draw, and I will link the lady who showed me how to draw it in the description. It's her name is Sarah, and she's with Art Ventures Minnesota, and she has a Facebook page. So if you're interested in learning some art stuff, she does multimedia things. But yeah, I did learn to draw this from her page. So the secret to it is you start with a circle. And I am using a specific size circle today because I want it to fit on our pre-size selected page, which is about 5.5 by 8.25, something like that. Basically, it's half of an 8.5 by 11 inch piece of paper. And we have already decided where we're going to put the holes. So I've gone ahead and done that. I also rounded my corners, and I did define the edge with some ink. So I want the owl to sit on top here, looking down kind of on the rest of the page. We're going to make a pocket for down here, and the verse is going to sit in there. And so that's why I'm starting out with this. And I do draw it in pencil first. So there's the top of his head. And then we're gonna, I'll just kind of copy the one I made already. The one I made earlier is a little bit larger, but it's still good to see what you're doing. Okay, so then the ear the top of the ear just juts out, and then I'll make a little bit of a leaf shape underneath that. That completes the ear on that side. Then I do the same over here, like so. Then I come out of the circle to make the side of his face. So roughly just kind of curve it down on each side. Now the tricky part is, did I say the circle was about 3 inches? Almost 3 inches, but I traced it with this. So yeah, the trickiest part is probably the eyes, because you're going to want them kind of centered, and they are fairly large. So because I drew this curved line first, I'm just going to go up a little higher. It's not exactly a circle, but we can erase it if you have an eraser. If you need to redo it, I'll probably just erase the whole pencil markings at the end. So then he's got his beak, which bridges across behind the eyes there, and then a rounded triangle. Then his wing, I'm going to go to the outside here of his body and draw a curved line from this point to here. So it can be as round as you like. Something like that. And then the outside of his wing, draw one curved line, draw another curved line, and another curved line to meet at the bottom. That kind of gives you his wing. And then do the same on this side. All right, so that is the wings. Then to finish his eyes, I just draw big circles, or 3/4 circles, I guess, leaving a white spot. I'm going to fill the rest in later. Alright, so then from about half of his beak to about a third down on his feather, or his wing, draw kind of a curved line down on each side. Then his tummy is kind of a heart shaped, and that's what I did here. I left a space from his beak, made that the midpoint, and then just... Why did I have to grab the pencil without an eraser? Found one. I think I want it. My son's school eraser. Okay, they're online now, or he is, so he doesn't need my eraser or his eraser, so I've adopted it. Alright, so then, I don't know, you don't want it to be too obvious, I guess, that it's a heart, but however it works out. Somehow I want this one a little fuller. And then finish that off here. They take a little bit of practice, but they're worth it, I think. Alright, so then we have his talons, and he's sitting on a branch, so I find it easier to tilt my paper. Kind of draw the branch first. And then of course you can draw whatever kind of leaves. Now I am drawing this on sticker paper just for the fact that I want to be able to peel this and stick it onto our page. You don't have to use sticker paper. You can use ordinary paper and then just glue it on with whatever kind of glue you like to use. This is just, I'm finding it more and more easy. And then just add some foliage in the background here, or whatever you like. Doesn't have to be foliage, but since he's sitting on a tree branch. And then you can take that out further, or however far. I had to fast forward that because my furnace went on and it is so loud. Okay, so the other thing I want to quickly draw on sticker paper, and I have some here. I got this on Amazon. It came in 8.5 by 11 sheets, and I think there was 100 pages. So it's not the most fancy, but it gets the job done that I want it to do. So I'm just going to draw an embellishment to go with the owl, and that's going to just be this little feather here. It's about, I don't know, 2.5 inches, teardrop shape. Well, there's nicer feathers out there, I suppose, but since I wanted to kind of stick with the theme, I just decided to do it like this. Then the vein of the feather comes down, and since I'm cutting this out, I'm making the vein a little bit more prominent. So the feather has little bits of cutout in it. You can make those however wide you like. As many as you like. And then there's some, I'm just going to grab a thicker pin here. There's some little wispy things hanging out from there. The first feather I drew kind of fell apart because the lines were too thin. So I'm making them a little thicker. Let's do an extra. Okay, something like that. And then I'll just cut this out. Again, you don't need to do this on sticker paper. You can use ordinary paper and then just glue it down with whatever choice of glue you prefer. I like to leave a little bit of a white outline when I'm cutting my stickers, just to give it a bit of a border, I guess. So the page today is kind of an exercise on values in the color sense, because I'm using a craft paper and I'm going to decorate with some black and white. I already have one page finished, so I have prepared and planned ahead just so that hopefully this video would go a little smoothly. Sometimes it's easier to cut from the outside in. Alright, so that's my feather. Then I want some foliage as well. I also use sticker paper for this one. And I did see this on YouTube, and I'm not sure whose video I was watching. Basically, the idea was to doodle stuff and then put it in your journal. And I just thought, well, that's kind of how I started my whole process a few years ago, was through doodling. So anyways, the one I'm going to use today probably is this one. And I'll have to try and find that lady's tutorial on it, because that's pretty much exactly what she did. Okay, so I wanted mine to be roughly the size of the page here. It's going to be in the background. And again, you don't need to use sticker paper. You can use whatever kind. You could even draw it right on your page. Nothing wrong with that. I'll just I kind of made an S curve. I used a brush pen. I'm using black again for the contrast. And then just kind of drawing. I thought I was going to do eucalyptus leaves at first, but then they kind of turned out to be berries in the end, because I put the highlight on there. So just make round things. You can make whatever shape you like. You can add branches wherever. Then I used, you can use a white pen or a metallic pen to add the little highlights. Did that before. Anyway, so you add as many berries as you want. Color it in, and it works nice with the black. I like the silhouette. Okay, so there's that. I won't finish this one right now. I will use the one I have already. Here's some other examples in case you're interested with that other lady in the other video. Again, I will have to find who that was. Basically, she just drew some leaves. Then I got the idea to do sticker borders, but I kind of did that with labels already. Then I thought, how about a frame? So in the Tangling Zentangle, they call this bubble leaves. And then I added metallic accents. That one was fun. I'll probably do some more of that. Let's see, what else did I do? I did this one. This one was really hard to cut, and when I take the sticker backing off, it will be a challenge to not rip that one, but that one is the most detailed I got, and I like it a lot. So I guess that's about it, except for the corner piece that I did. I had some leftover sticker paper on that one sheet, so I just made like a border of flowers. And this tangle I think is called Field of Flowers, F-O-F. Anyway, so that is that. I won't use the frame today, but that'll be another day. Alright, so then for our pocket, I already had one finished. Okay, so this one measures 4 inches, 4 1/4, I guess, wide by almost 3 inches tall. So the reason I did that was to fit our verse in there. I won't stick that on yet. I also got a label, pray non-stop, because the Bible says to pray without ceasing. And then, because I had a verse for today, but it's hinges on context. So what I wanted to do is not just write the verse down, but I wrote the paragraph that has to do with it, and I'd like to read it. It's James 3:13 to 18. And it is, "Who among you is wise and understanding? Let him show by his good behavior his deeds in the gentleness of wisdom. But if you have bitter jealousy and selfish ambition in your heart, do not be arrogant and so lie against the truth. This wisdom is not that which comes down from above, but is earthly, natural, demonic. For where jealousy and selfish ambition exist, there is disorder and every evil thing. But the wisdom from above is first pure, then peace-loving, gentle, reasonable, full of mercy and good fruits, impartial, free of hypocrisy. And the fruit of righteousness is sown in peace by those who make peace." So James 3:13 to 18, that was from the New American Standard Bible. And the verse that I wanted to highlight for myself is verse 17. I put this on a round 3-inch circle. I traced that as well. I gave it a backing out of book page to represent human wisdom. And then the Bible calls this wisdom. The wisdom from above is first pure, then peace-loving, gentle, reasonable, full of mercy and good fruits, impartial, free of hypocrisy. And that's verse 17. So I wanted this verse to sit in there like that. And then because I wrote out that paragraph, I wanted it to fit in here as well. And then comes the fun part. The owl. When I first put this verse with this owl, my first thought was how people think, owls represent wisdom. I'm not sure if they actually do in the Bible or not. In fact, I kind of doubt that that's the case. However, God gives us his definition of wisdom, and it's found in James 3, verse 17. So what I want to do, I'm going to put this over here for now. I'm going to put the owl up here. Go ahead and do that. I thought of coloring the owl too, but again, because I'm mostly doing a exercise in values today, I decided not to. I didn't even ink him, just cut him out. So there he is, Mr. Owl. And then I wanted to put this also in the background so that our pocket sits on here, and this kind of connects. So it's kind of like a large cluster. This piece connects the pocket and the owl. So this will be next. And this can be tricky again because it's so long and slender. We sure don't have to look far these days to see the wisdom of this world is foolish, do we? Ah, yes, this is This is the fun. All right, there we go. Carefully peel it off. My sticker paper has sections in the back, so easy does it. All right. And if I was smart, I would have kept the backings of those for stenciling. I can maybe grab those. I'm just going to cover up his end of the branch there. And then let the rest of it just fall into place. I use silver metallic Sharpie on this one. I had a bad one that was leaking on me, so something to watch for. Alright, so then we're ready for the pocket. I used a 2-inch hole punch just to get a nice opening there. And I did ink my pocket. I also inked the side of my verse. Now, the paper I used for this, for the pocket, I used a cardstock. I'm not sure the thickness. It's just a little thicker than regular paper. And then I used the same for this. I drew the lines on about 1/4 of an inch apart. I used my ruler to do that. Okay, so pocket is attached. Then I want to put the label on. The label I made myself. I do want it a little close. I want it all on the pocket. Something like that. And then the feather. I just kind of put it anywhere you like. Or something like that. And then the verse. And then because sometimes you want to do extra writing, I just wrote it out on a colorful piece of paper and decided I wanted to slip it in back here. And it's a little bit tight, so I have to watch that sticker. I could have made it smaller too, but what I like about this is when you just come to the page and you're looking at it, you see, do you see what I see? I see this owl looking down, like what you got there. And to me, that just kind of brought the whole page together. So yeah, that's what I came up with for today. And I hope you got something out of that. I'm going to end this video because the furnace is going on again. So thanks for watching and tuning in, and may God richly bless you today and the rest of this week, and catch you next time. Bye for now.